welcome to another episode of Help Desk with Joe, show 107 today. And with me here at the Spencer, West Virginia Patch Turned Up studio, as always, Justin
Morning.
and Joe.
Morning, guys.
Hey, it's a great morning.
Great to be back
Yeah.
in the studio.
Back in the studio. The weather outside is nice. We're, I think, today avoiding the 95-degree weather and sticking with the 80s.
And the air conditioner got fixed in the studio.
Yeah, the studio is nice and cool now, so not as humid and hot as it was. So a good day all the way around, maybe.
And it's not Monday.
Yeah, it's not Monday. We'll see about these news stories to see how good a day it is. But lots of good stuff coming up. And again, show 107, so we're slowly racking up the numbers here and having some good shows. And as always, Joe from A&M Digital Technology joining Justin and I here to discuss technology tips and information that the general consumer, business owner, and friends and family all need to be aware of. So good stuff across the board. So thanks for tuning in today. We'll get started. And Joe, you're kicking it off with all three of these seem to be pretty big things.
Yes.
Or at least entities that you're going to talk about. So I'm curious because they're all pretty broad topics. So we're going to start off with Google. Tell us about Google. And as Justin said, he uses it every day, so he's interested.
Well, actually, since Justin is a newcomer to the Google world, this more than likely doesn't affect him.
Interesting. You're out, Justin. Don't even listen anymore.
He's ahead of the curve, so this is good.
Okay, never mind. You're ahead of the curve then. You can listen in.
So Google is starting to prompt remaining Google Hangouts users to move to chat. So I think this is a follow-up. I think we talked about this a while ago.
Okay. I'm old and my memory is not that great, so remind me what we're talking about again.
Okay,
Google,
so
Google Hangout?
Yeah, Google Hangouts was kind of like their version of like AOL Instant Messenger kind of deal. Remember AOL Instant Messenger back in the day?
Didn't use that either, so...
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of like Facebook Messenger, their version.
Okay.
So they are moving away from it and moving everyone to Google Chat. So Google announced starting yesterday that people that are still using Hangouts on mobile devices will see an in-app prompt asking them to move to chat in Gmail or the chat app. The company says that the new prompt will help remaining users move to chat as Google works toward officially shutting down Hangouts in November. People who use the Hangouts Chrome extension will be asked to move to chat on the web or install the chat web app, the company states. In July, people who use Hangouts in Gmail on the web will be upgraded to chat in Gmail automatically. Google notes that although it encourages everyone to make the switch to chat, Hangouts on the web will continue to be available until later this year. Users will see an in-product notice at least a month before Hangouts on the web starts redirecting to chat on the web. So if you're using the Google Hangouts app on your phone or on your browser, get prepared. You're going to be moving over to chat at some point.
Now, I never even knew this existed, honestly. I mean, I rarely go into like that part of Google where you click on the
Little button.
little dots that show you all your apps. And chat is up top, and then they have like a line that has docs, sheets, slides. Hangouts is down there. So it's still there,
Right.
as you said, but they got all kinds of stuff. When did this happen?
Oh, that's always been there.
I mean, what's arts and culture? They got podcasts, they got travel, Google Ads, collections, Earth. What's Earth? Is that Google Earth?
Yeah, it's Google Earth.
Okay, I have a little icon on my laptop or my
Yeah, you
desktop.
have yeah. You can either run it through the browser, or if you download the program, you get some extra bells and whistles doing it that way.
Huh. Books, bloggers, slides, documents, and sheets. I didn't know all that was there. Why didn't you tell me this stuff, Joe? Google Translate. Huh. All right. Shows you where I'm at technologically. I am doing two-factor authentication, so don't give me too hard.
It's huge.
Yes.
For me, yeah. All right, Justin, have you heard any of this? Are you a chat or a Hangout user?
In the past, maybe a little bit. Very minimal amount of use on Hangouts for me, but so yeah, I probably wouldn't have noticed at all.
So, what does that do again? It's like Messenger.
Yeah, it's their like instant messenger
Like a
program.
Facebook Messenger,
Yeah.
same sort of thing.
But
Yeah.
everybody has to be on Google.
Yeah. Just like if you use Facebook Messenger, everybody has to be on Facebook.
Gotcha. Everybody's on Facebook, so yeah. Do you know? Do people use it?
Yeah, apparently.
How do you? Like, how do you connect to someone? That's what confuses me because if I'm
Well,
on
click-
Facebook, if they're on Facebook, I did.
Click chat and see what happens.
Well, it wants me to get started. All right. Do more as a group. Face to face.
Okay, yeah, I have used it in the past.
How do you find somebody?
Well-
So, browse spaces. What the heck is spaces? Okay, it lets me pull you up, so it must be going through my Google email contacts.
Yeah, probably.
All right, there we go. Interesting stuff. So using Google Chat is a thing now.
So it's a double down feature of the week, or tip of the week. Tip one's what I had planned. Tip two, showing Dave Google Chat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where until you know, you don't know.
Right.
But I never thought about chatting outside of Messenger because Messenger is just kind of where everybody goes.
Right.
I'm just curious, like, could you search somebody that's not part of your email accounts?
Yeah, if they're not in your address book, if you have their Gmail account, you should be able to start one with them. Like if I have Justin's email and it's a Gmail account and he doesn't have, and
Well,
he's not in my address book, I should be able to start.
Okay, see, I just searched somebody that I know from the patch program that I don't have any emails or anything on, and it didn't pull anybody up.
Okay, so you should be able to like create a new chat.
Well, I mean, that was just to find somebody,
Right.
so I couldn't find them.
Well, that's probably for security purposes.
So you can only chat with people that you have their email addresses.
Yes.
Ah. Okay, well, they're not going to... I can't see that being as popular because Facebook, you can search anybody.
Right.
Interesting. That's why I don't know, Joe. Because if you got to find somebody, you got to find them. If I was already in contact with them, I'd just send them an email.
Right.
Interesting.
I've got an interesting story here. You guys want to hear it?
Oh,
Go for it.
Amazon Alexa is doing an update to its system that would allow the technology to mimic any voice, even a deceased family member.
Ooh.
I've read that. I'd seen the headline, but I didn't read the
There's
story.
a video, I guess, where Alexa put out where the Alexa is reading a bedtime story to her grandson, a grandmother to her grandson, but she's deceased.
Ooh.
Really?
See,
A little weird.
I'm kind of torn on that.
Yep.
Part of me goes, that's just creepy, but then the nerd in me goes, hey, let's try that and see how good it is. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, I thought I seen in the headlines like it needed just as little as 100 spoken words from that person to work. Am I right on that?
I didn't see
Wow.
that in the article, but yeah, I mean that'd be impressive if you could.
Yeah, get away with
'Cause
that.
you'd think, yeah, you'd need like hours and hours of audio of that person, but maybe not.
Yeah, because usually like these
It'd be interesting to hear yourself
yeah
through your Alexa.
yeah these voice act. Well, I know that it has more than it has plenty of recordings from me, but I know like a lot of these voice actors, like if something happens to them in the middle of a production of a movie, like they'll go back and go through all the archive footage to pull the audio snippets.
Yeah, the new Top Gun movie, Val Kilmer, he can't speak at all. He had throat cancer, but they used,
No way.
stuff from
Really?
his recordings of him speaking in the past, in his past movies, and they threw that into the new Top Gun movie.
Really?
Using AI.
Wow.
That seems crazy because what if you had a word like abracadabra? How do you mimic that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
It's
know,
all
or
broken-
entrepreneurial.
It's all broken down into little sounds, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say like with abracadabra.
But I mean, wouldn't it sound mechanical though?
I don't know
They've gotten so smooth at it.
Yeah. And the reason I've kind of learned that is doing radio spots up at our local radio station, WVRC. I'll I'll go in there and record, and something I'd never thought of is when I speak, taking a breath between.
Yeah.
And the first thing Andrew does, he goes in and cuts the breaths out.
Yep.
So it just and
Is that all automatic?
well,
Or
he
just do
sits
it
there
manually?
and he mainly
You can see it when you
Yeah.
edit it. Yeah.
yeah, because it just basically you have your spikes and then you just have a line and then spikes again, and he'll cut that out. And when you hear it on radio, you don't think anything about it. Now that I know that, it's like, oh, wow, I'm just kind of blown away. It's like, yeah, there's no way I could have
Mm-hmm.
read that continuously. It's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Don't give me that job. I don't want to go back and take all the breaths out of these episodes.
We got to get some intro music.
Yeah, we do.
And some segments like tip of the week, and then the little
Jingle.
swooshing sound.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
There you go. Some sound effects.
soundboard.
Yes.
All right.
Why do we not have sound effects? Who's in charge of this
Yeah.
deal?
We need a bigger budget.
Justin, that's
Yeah.
your job. Sound effects
All right.
and some intro music. Kale played some guitar intro music for us at one point, so it's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah. Or just have him record us another one.
Oh God, really? We gotta go down that road. I think we just dig up his old ones. I mean, they got to be on here, right? Where would that even be?
It'd be on our YouTube channel or our podcast feed if we just knew what episode it was.
Well, no, I mean, there should be like a stock folder somewhere, right?
No,
No, why not?
because the drive got full and I had to purge a bunch of old content.
Oh, did you really, Joe?
Well, it was either that or beg you for a new drive. And I figured purging was cheaper. But the footage is still on YouTube, our YouTube channel, and our podcast feed, so it's all there.
All right.
So
See-
it's not gone forever.
See what we can do. It's craziness.
Because that was right before COVID started.
Yeah.
So that helps narrow it down a lot.
Yeah, there's only so many places it could be.
Yeah, that knocks out the 2 years of content right there that we don't have to go back through.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, let's go back to what were we talking about? Google,
Yep. Hangouts.
And then we talked about the
Google
Alexa.
Chat,
Yeah.
Alexa, the voice. Okay. So next up,
Well, no, wait a minute.
hold
So
on. You done with Google?
yeah. So circle back around to Alexa. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Is that you guys think that's cool, creepy, useless? What?
No, I think some people would really like that. I mean, in the content of grandparents and reading stories to your grandkids, I think that'd be pretty cool. Because otherwise, you'd have to plan ahead, and nobody really wants to think in those terms. But
Right.
plan ahead and pre-record books, and you just never know what's going to change or happen. So having that flexibility to do that kind of stuff would be pretty neat.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
long as it, like you said, doesn't sound too mechanical and robot-y. And
Yeah, I mean, even then though, if it did have their voice, that would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, that
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to record ahead because you don't know what book cancel culture is going to go after next.
yeah,
So.
or whatever's going to come down the road. It's hard
Right.
to tell. And you have limited amount. I mean,
Right.
I guess you could dedicate a lot of time to it and read like 30, 40 books, but having that flexibility would be pretty cool. Now, like, the hard part is how do you get, like if you're doing it right now, let's assume you had a grandparent that already passed away, just to stay in that example. How would you get their voice now? Do you have to go back like home video and stuff, I guess?
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah. Go through old
Yeah.
home movies and stuff.
That'd be
like that.
tricky. Who has home movies
for some
now?
grandparents, yeah, it'd be pretty limited the amount of stuff you'd have to base it on.
I will say we've been slammed here lately with home movie conversions. So yeah, there's still plenty out there.
Yeah, if you got a family that is always whipping the video camera out, yeah, you can
Yeah.
probably do it.
Yeah.
Guys, think about it.
Who has a video camera anymore?
Yeah.
You literally walk. I watched you walk down the hallway with one.
I know. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Everything now is phones gonna be on Facebook and
right, but think about it. All you have to do would be upload the audio from your videos from your phone, or upload the videos from your phone, and Google would extract out, or Amazon would extract out and know what the process involves. But think about it, guys. We have more audio footage of family members now than we ever have.
oh, I believe that.
Because think about it, with the VHS stuff,
Mm-hmm.
birthdays, holidays, Christmas, whatever. Now, you have just everyday conversations.
Yeah.
So it's way easier now than it would be 20 years ago.
Yeah. You don't have to carry around the bulky VHS camera and
Well, and those was limited for special occasions.
well, and just that's what I mean. It's bulky and big and hard to pack around.
Right.
You don't want to tear it up. Yeah,
Right.
Special occasions for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So we might be onto something here.
Yeah, that might be a good term. We'll see. I wonder how many people think in those terms, though. You know, like, hey, we gotta get some voice. Wouldn't that be weird, Joe? If like somebody came up to you and was like, Joe, I need your voice. You gotta give me 100 words.
I'll tell them, go to my YouTube channel. There's millions.
Yeah. Yeah, that is funny. We do have the advantage of having that. So the three of us are covered.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that's done the podcast with us in the past, covered.
Yes.
Yeah, we've covered all the words on this show.
I've used all the best words. And even made a couple up.
Yeah.
The Alexa just keeps saying, bloody brilliant.
you beat me to it. I was like, we even got bloody brilliant. But like, if I came across this and I was like, we got to make some AI voices, I would try to figure out how to get bloody brilliant in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, we got to use that, gang. Somebody have an idea where this can be put into play.
We just need shirts made up that say bloody brilliant.
Yeah. Gosh. Good time. You know, somebody somewhere in the future is going to stumble across this and be like, what in the world was happening there?
Yeah.
It's a gas leak in that studio.
Boy, they would literally just put anybody on the internet, wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, in my head, it's like, all right, they got one guy that knows technology, and the other two, I don't
I don't know
know.
what they're doing.
What kind of deal is this? And apparently they're from a small town in West Virginia, and they pulled this off.
Yeah. But if you'd come to this small town, it would all make sense.
Don't worry, we used to have a state mental hospital.
Yes.
We're good.
Yeah, I've kind of got a running joke on that, but I won't say it on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not nasty. It's
it's
just not very nice.
It's pretty amazing, though. You think about this small town of Spencer, West Virginia, in the middle of the state, had a state mental hospital that was amazingly large.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. Pretty cool history here.
And something else to add on to that is Spencer used to be a hotspot for like senators and stuff like that. Did you guys know that?
Did not. I know like White Sulphur Springs and that area was, but I didn't know here.
So back in the 20s and 30s, you know where? Well, it was People's Bank until 2 weeks ago when they shut it down.
Yeah.
That building hasn't always been there.
Really?
That used to be the McCown Hotel.
Oh.
That was owned by my great grandpa's brother. And we still have the books because they had a hotel up top.
Yeah.
And then in the basement they had a restaurant. And Dad still has the balance books from
Really?
the restaurant. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's
And it used to be like anytime a senator or somebody big would come to town, they would stay at the McCown Hotel.
yeah. Well, that's the I don't know what you call it now. Macintosh uses it as storage.
Yes.
That used to be a car dealership.
Yes.
Kind of crazy right there on the side of the street built into the hillside. Not a lot of room for
No.
a lot, but they had cars inside.
Yeah, and I a little side project that I do just for fun. I have another website, roanarchive.com.
Yeah.
And I put up old content, stuff that very few people have seen. And one of the things I have on there is Spencer from 1937.
Wow.
And it shows all down Spencer. It shows the car lot and the building behind the old People's Bank building.
Yeah.
Greg Causey owns it now. There's somebody actually standing on the roof of that and shooting down the street towards McIntosh's.
Yeah.
And as they pan up, you see the sign that says McCown Hotel.
Cool.
And they show all downtown. So the car lot, there used to be a meat market that was owned by one of my great uncles. Lowe's Meat Market was right across from the courthouse. It shows the Roby Theater from the outside. Schoolhouse Hill when the school was still up there.
Yep.
There's footage of people playing baseball down in the football field at the middle school.
Yep.
I
Isn't it crazy that, at the time, you probably don't think we need to document what town looks like or what whatever looks like?
Yeah.
for the future, who thinks in those terms, really?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, even right now, you could take pictures of downtown and they'll change. Like Ruby Memorial Bridge.
Yes,
Ruby Bradley Bridge.
is in progress.
Let me ask you that. Do you know what the story is for that? Are they actually going to move the bridge over?
Yeah, they have to. Now, so the last I heard, like
Can they just make the turn there and go right where the bridge is now?
from what last I heard was like they're going to shut down that night and move it all over in one night.
Right, that's what I mean. That's kind of crazy.
Now, this next statement is hearsay.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine told me that he talked to a guy that has actually worked on that stuff before, and he said what they do is what he's seen them do in the past is like they'll move it and have people driving on it at the same time. Like it moves so slow, it moves like 3 inches an hour. It moves that slow, and it just slides into place. But people can still, to keep the road open, people can still drive on it while it's moving because it's moving at such a slow pace. And that's just mind-boggling.
There's no way.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I don't see how that could happen.
My biggest thing is how are they going to keep people off that bridge from not wanting to just shut down the whole town to watch it that night, because it's going to be exciting. It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah. I
big.
mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
When's it supposed to get moved?
Last I'd heard, this was a couple months ago, they was actually 2 months ahead, but they're still like 18 months out. So I'd say at this point they're probably about 15 months out.
15 months?
Yeah, and they're actually ahead of schedule.
I was going to say, they're making huge progress.
Yeah.
I saw, drive by there every day.
Yeah, yeah.
But it seems like they're moving on. That's why they had pavement running to it and trucks driving on it last week.
Yeah,
And I was like, by God, they're close.
yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe since they paved a road to it, paved an entrance, that maybe it's just going to stay there and they'll just move everything over.
I'm going to assume and say that they're probably going to make it where it's drivable, so then they can tear the old one down to get it ready
Yeah.
to shove over. So we'll be driving on it before we know it.
That's craziness. Technology today, man.
Yes.
Building a bridge, moving it
Yes.
in place.
Yes.
How do you even move it? How do you lift it? How do you do whatever?
I don't know. That's what I want to see.
It's on like rollers that are like really lubed up or something.
I wonder if it's like
What?
Yeah,
if it's like a track.
Why do you
like
got to
a
lube
like
rollers up? I don't get this part.
Well,
to
it's like
make
a,
it slide like super easy. I don't
yeah, or like a bulldozer track where it just kind of just slides.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wanting to see it, so it's gonna
It's
be
crazy. I can't imagine rollers that could hold that much weight.
yes.
But I mean, I guess steel holds whatever, but still, that much
there's-
weight
yeah.
would be amazing.
kind of crazy. I pulled up your website, Joe. Like 1987 Black Walnut Festival. Just the crowd. It seems pretty
Yeah.
good turnout for.
Was that the Mr. Cartoon
Yeah.
video?
There's like kids all over
Wow.
the place.
Okay, if you want to see something even crazier, look for that 1937 video. Like
Here we go down the rabbit hole.
Spencer looks like Charleston as far as people in traffic. I mean, there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
But that video is like a half hour long.
Yeah, actually, my mom has that one on DVD.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. It's all silent the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, she was able to spot like, oh, that's my grandfather's business or whatever. 'Cause
Yeah.
her family's got roots here.
my great. Yeah, let me think this out.
You'd see the lumber yard down by Heritage Park area.
Yeah, my great uncle was standing in front of Lowe's Meat Market. He was one of the meat cutters in there
Yeah.
because it was family owned. And we was watching. Dad goes, "Yeah, I think that's Uncle Joe there." And I'm going, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah,
Were you named after Uncle Joe?
yes,
Oh, neat.
yeah, yeah." So a man that I had
He's
never
a
met.
scoundrel too, right?
Yeah.
Like, this kid's going to be just like him. We can already tell.
Yeah.
Slap Joe on him.
Yeah, because it's kind of neat. So that great grandpa's brother had the McCown Hotel, and then their cousin had the Lowe Hotel over in is it Ravenswood or Point Pleasant? I can't remember. Point.
Yep.
But they say it's haunted, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. And Dave, I have not uploaded it yet, but I might have some footage of you that you may have forgotten about.
Probably. I don't have any footage of me.
I don't want to spoil that. Then I'll.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get back on track.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be talking about Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook, story number 2. Now that we've talked about Google and
Local politics. And
local politics, the old parade, some
Bridges.
history of Spencer, and the bridge getting moved, and bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
Good job, Justin.
Wow, I'm impressed, Dave. You kept up with all that.
Oh yeah, I'm paying attention.
So Facebook's video app may no longer work on Apple TV. Some Apple users are reporting issues with the Facebook app. So if you have Apple TV, the app would actually let you watch videos and content that's available on Facebook. So as first reported by 9to5Mac, some users say they're no longer able to access the app after its most recent update. In a thread started on Mac Rumors, one user shares an image of a notice they received after attempting to open the Facebook Watch app on their Apple TV 4K. And the message states, quote, "The Facebook Watch TV app is no longer available, but you can still find lots of videos on Facebook's website."
Hold on.
End quote. Yes,
What?
sir.
Facebook what?
Facebook Watch. So,
What's that?
you know how you can go on Facebook and watch videos?
No. I mean,
Okay,
What?
so Facebook has where you can upload videos. You can watch regular videos, or they have like their own version of TikTok, which is like Instagram Reels. You could go on your Apple TV.
okay. I've seen the little reels things
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, you could go. Apple had an app on their TV, Apple TVs, that you could just open up Facebook, log into your account, and you could just sit there and watch videos that way on your TV instead of messing with them on your phone.
Holy cow.
So
How is that a thing that you have to go to your TV to watch these TikTok videos by Facebook on your phone? Or I mean,
on your TV.
yeah, on your TV.
Well, it may not be a thing.
it
may have
You're
been-
right. It's
yeah.
not.
Yeah. So-
Do people do that? So you get on your
Or they
Apple
did.
TV. Yeah, people did that where you get on your Apple TV to go to a Facebook app to watch these TikTok videos.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Facebook started rolling this feature out in 2017
Oh,
after it started out with Samsung, then moved on to Apple TV. So and the app's available on various other smart TV consoles as well as Facebook's mobile app and the regular website. So if you're still wanting to watch Facebook videos on your Apple TV, the alternative is using the cast feature from your phone. So take your iPhone and cast it to the TV to watch your Facebook videos that way. Until we see what's going on.
How long are these videos? Are they like TikTok or something? They're like
They're
limited on space.
So the Reels videos are usually about a minute at most, but
So you got to get on your phone every minute anyway to switch videos or whatever, right?
right. Or like they could actually pull up this podcast and sit and watch the whole episode.
Okay. I was just thinking you're going to be on your phone anyway every minute to kick a new video in, but you're going to watch it on the TV.
Right. Bigger screen. But they might be watching something informative like us.
I hope so.
I'm surprised you didn't jump us on being really informative, really.
Well, I mean, we've talked about a lot of stuff here in the last 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know. This is good information, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're infotainment, stressed on the more tainment side than the info.
Well, I think we do good information just in an entertaining way.
Yes.
That's how I bill it anyway.
Yeah.
The two people I've talked to about it, I'm like, hey, listen, this is good information. And
Yeah.
it gets to you in a really different way.
Yeah.
You should be interested. And they're both like, nah.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Anyway. All right. Interesting stuff. So, Apple's mad at Facebook?
Apparently.
I didn't realize there was a connection there anyway.
I didn't either.
Because they're competitors, right?
Well, not really.
No?
They're in two separate spectrums. Because Apple's more hardware, software, and Facebook's social media, so it's kind of
Yeah, I just meant
apples and
like
oranges.
Apple TV and all that jazz, music and stuff. Facebook seems to, in my opinion, try to get in on everybody's stuff. Like their,
Yeah.
what do you call their little videos? Reels?
Reels.
The Reels is TikTok in it, and do they have music, right? Maybe not.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right,
Not yet, at
never
least.
mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't use it enough to worry or be informed. So there you go. Doing a technology show, and I'm the least informed technology person you know. So you know.
Well, that's why I'm here to inform you.
Thank you. Because I was curious about how I could get the videos to my TV.
Well, now you know.
I don't even have a TV, Joe.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have a TV. You lent me a projector to use, and I didn't use that sucker for like a month.
That's true. I thought
I didn't even open it to know that there wasn't that there was a screen in it, because I was bummed. I was like, man, there's no screen. I'm not even getting it out of the box.
Yeah, and the screen was underneath the projector.
Yeah. You told me that after like 2 weeks, 3 weeks went by, because I was bummed. I was like, I was going to use it. And then I didn't. And then you had to have it. You needed it back for NASCAR racing. I guess, is that right? Or whatever.
Not NASCAR. Bowman Gray Stadium racing.
There you go. What?
It's a racetrack in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Bowman Gray Stadium.
Okay. They
Dirt
race
track?
cars, though, right?
Yeah, it's cars. Yeah, it's
Okay.
car racing. It's more of a local track deal.
Huh.
It's a small, way smaller scale
Dirt or pavement?
pavement,
Okay.
but they call it the Madhouse.
Nice.
And
I remember you telling me you guys go and watch it live
oh yeah,
occasionally.
yeah. Well, we go at least once a summer to go. Best $10 you'll spend.
You got plans this summer to go?
Oh yeah, we've already got the house booked. Yeah, we're just counting down the days now.
How much room you got with you? Can we go?
Yeah. Come on, Joe.
We should do our podcast down there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys may have to sleep on the couch, but
That's okay. I like couches. So yeah, I mean, and we could think about it. We could do our podcast there and get a couple people to come on.
Yeah.
well, this is true.
Some locals.
Yeah, interview some people. We could go down in the pits. You guys go in the pits?
No, I haven't been down to the pits.
We could go in the pits as media.
This is true.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Now that would be cool.
All right, let's go, Joe. Come on, put this thing together, man. We just got a trip out of this, Justin.
Yes.
Where's it at?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
How far away is that?
It's
Like 6 hours or something?
no, it's about
Less than that?
It's about 4.
4? That's not bad.
Not bad.
Taking the show on the road. Good call, Justin.
It's a half hour south of Mount Airy, which is the hometown of Andy
Yeah.
Griffith.
Yep.
So
Okay,
if you're a fan
yeah,
of
that's not
Andy,
bad.
if you're a fan of Andy Griffith show, that's a day right there.
Yeah. I don't know how much. I think the car racing and the pit stuff would be way more interesting, especially when they call it something like the Madhouse. And I've heard your stories before.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
come back, you always have a couple stories to tell about the racing and the
Well, I just-
chaos that happens.
Yeah, I just watched a race yesterday afternoon, and they had a chain race.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the two of the teams they got, they apparently didn't agree with how the other was racing and actually got out of the car, and both of them got out of the car, and one picked up the other guy and body slammed him right off the back of the car.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good times.
Yes.
Stock car racing is alive and well.
Hence why it's called the Madhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
I took Cena there on our honeymoon because we was going to the beach on the way back. I said, we got to stop at Winston-Salem. We got to stop at Bowman Gray and watch a race.
Well, hold on. Is that how you started going there?
No, they had a show on History Channel.
Right,
And it was called Madhouse, and it followed the modified series drivers.
right.
And I thought, oh, that'd be so cool to see it. Well, when Cena and I went on our honeymoon, we literally drove through Winston-Salem. I was like, okay, on the way back, we're stopping here. This is a stop on the way back.
Yeah,
So I take her there, and she had never seen the show.
yeah.
And
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
it made it way more interesting.
Nice.
Way
No
more entertaining.
expectations,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. So we're sitting there before the race starts, and there's like Winston-Salem police officers everywhere. And she goes, "Why are they here?" I said, "You'll see. First race, 2 cars wrecked. Gary into it. The girlfriends are in stands. They're duking it out." And of course the cops come down and Cena's just sitting there with their jaw wide open. I'm going, "See, that's why they're here."
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not only am I a good husband, but I'll entertain you.
Yes. Well, she sent me a
I know all the best places to stop.
Yeah. Well,
we may or may not get arrested and or in a fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
We watched. She sent me a video Friday night. She said, "This is us," and the video said, "When it comes to marriage, there's 2 types of people. There's the quiet person, and there's the crazy one." I said, "So I'm the crazy one?" She said, "Pretty much."
Yeah, yeah.
Or there's the boring person and the crazy one. It's like,
Yeah.
"So I'm the crazy one."
And
She
you
said,
started it out by taking her to a race like that.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Hey, but she looks forward to it every year, so you know.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
You
there
know,
you go.
start off with a bang and say, "Hey, this is us."
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Strap
it.
in.
Yep, we gotta get some racing on.
But now there is a very nice bookstore down there.
I like books.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I was at a bookstore this weekend.
I know.
For
I
soccer.
seen the picture.
Yeah.
Like this one, you could spend all day because it was an old library.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I like those. I'm a tightwad, so I don't buy new books.
Oh no, these are all used.
Yeah,
they have new and used in
like
there.
my favorite bookstore is Half Price Books, where every book is half the list price.
Yeah.
So, and then they got like clearance for $1. I love it.
Yeah, this place they have books and movies and video games and records and
So that's the Half Price Books has records as well and CDs and old movies.
Yeah.
I went away from those. It's kind of amazing. They always have a lot of DVDs and stuff, and they have cassettes and everything else. But I'll cruise through the vinyl and then I'll go through the books.
Yeah.
So really
you'd spend some time in there.
nice. I like spending time in bookstores. I hate the one in Parkersburg. There used to be a good one in Parkersburg, which was an old building. I don't think it was a library, but it might have
Oh
been.
yeah.
But it closed. It was a used bookstore.
Yeah, what was
It's
that?
always fun.
Was it Allegheny Books or
Yeah. There you go.
or Trans Allegheny Books?
Trans Allegheny Books.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I know where exactly.
And
Down past the Kia's lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then kind of neat because it had 3 floors and stairs and everything. It was built like a library, so it might have been a library. I don't know. But yeah, I like bookstores and racing.
There you go.
So it sounds like we're in for a trip this summer, Justin. Clear your calendar and let's get our.
Yep.
We got to get everything ready to go on the road, which I don't think will be that hard. We can do this.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to figure out how to do some interviews, which I guess we could just use our phones like most people do, and then.
Yeah. Of course, we'd want to catch the drivers before the race, not after.
I don't know. Maybe do both.
Well, for some reason, I just got this feeling of depending on who we
We'd have
interview
to
and
go
where
to
they end
jail.
on the race. Well, that or we'd have to do a lot of heavy editing after the
Yeah.
race.
Make a quick disclaimer. Listen.
Yeah.
This guy's not all theirs. It's hard to tell what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
We'd have to build in lag. I think you can build lag into OBS.
Yeah, we have to do that.
Build in a little lag.
And,
then
and just give
not
Justin the
edit it.
button.
Yeah.
Justin, his only job is just stand there, push the button. I guarantee, Justin, you'll be busy.
Yeah. All right, I like it. I'm in. Let's go. Justin, you
It's a
in?
plan. Yep. I'm in.
Okay. I've got my morning stretch in. Car racing.
There we go.
Well, hold on. I'm going to look it up. All right, while we talk about the next story, I'm going to look it up. What's it called again?
Bowman Gray Stadium. So Apple Music raises its price for its student plans.
Oh, another one of these stories, huh? Jeez, I wish.
But Justin, don't you?
The
Don't you-
inflation.
Yeah,
charge.
yeah. Don't you feel better though now that like you're not in the direct line to be fired at?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're raising their rates.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
They only made $97.28 billion this past quarter.
Yeah.
That's all they made, folks. And their Y to Y is up 8.59%. So their net income's up 6%. I mean, come on now. Their net income's only $25 billion.
So add them to our telethon list.
Yeah, that Apple is struggling.
You know what would be fun?
They're only in the positive by a net $25 billion, and revenue in general $97 billion. Those stockholders just cannot afford to feed their families.
You know what would be funny? If we took the studio in here and used the green screen and did like a mock telethon for these companies.
Would that be funny?
Yes.
I don't know.
I guarantee we'd get views.
With the Fisher Price phone on the desk.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Joe, where's our Fisher Price?
Okay,
phone?
but since it's a mockumentary or a mock telethon, we get the actual toy telephone. We wouldn't use the Bluetooth one.
No Bluetooth for you.
Yeah.
Joe, they're still sold out.
See, I keep.
How does that product get sold out for the last year?
Well, the shipping stuff.
I think they just stopped making it. Anyway, poor Apple.
So I'm gonna throw out a guess. So total guess here, maybe it was like $8 a month. Now they're going to $9 or something.
Okay, Dave, what do you think?
I think Bowman Gray Stadium Racing is NASCAR's first and longest running weekly track.
Yes.
How crazy is that? NASCAR's first and longest running weekly track.
And they are, I mean, it is packed every weekend.
The pictures online look crazy. It's a big stadium,
Yes.
and it is packed.
Yeah. Yeah, because after racing season,
$10. I mean, that's
Yeah.
and trust me, it's
a deal.
yeah.
I mean,
It's unheard of.
yeah, they got a 100 lap modified race coming up July 9th, and double points in all divisions. So they're going to have sportsman, street stock, stadium stock. And they got a fans prize of 2 wireless Bluetooth speakers from Best Wireless. Monster truck car crushing on July 16th along with the demolition derby.
Yeah, that's when we're going.
Oh, that's when we're going? You didn't tell us this. All right, Justin, July
Yeah.
16th. We're in.
All right.
Not that's the night of destruction because Dad said because that's usually we try to book about because that's when Dad wants to go. He wants to go watch the demolition derbies, but some
Yeah,
nights like there's more demolition going on during
On
the race
track,
than
yeah,
there is
yeah.
the demolition derby at the end of the night.
And then they come back with another 100 lap modified race. I can't imagine 100 laps.
It goes by fast.
Huh. Is there not a lot of wrecks? I
On the
guess there's probably not as
not
much
on
as...
the modifieds. Modifieds.
Yeah.
Now the modifieds.
Well, I mean, dirt track racing, somebody's always spinning out some, but pavement
Right.
wouldn't be as bad. You're right.
Well, it depends on which class because there's one class that race 4-cylinder Mustangs,
Yeah.
and they have a 20 lap, 20-minute limit, whichever comes first because they wreck so many.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. They got a chain race on July 30th.
What's a chain race?
Okay, so they hook 2 cars together to a chain, and I've got a video to show you guys after the show.
Okay.
The front car only has the gas.
Mm-hmm.
The back car only has the brakes. And they're hooked together by a chain.
Wow.
Interesting.
That sounds so dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, but it's only
there you
$10, Justin. It is definitely worth it.
go. Yeah. So they go all the way up to August 27th. Huh. Wow.
I like it.
Justin is in.
I've been to Indy 500.
Now it says adults are $12 now.
Okay, they must have raised.
Yeah, inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still.
I don't have their quarterly earnings
Yeah.
available, so I can't tell you.
Well, but they're a seasonal deal. They're not open all year round. So
I'm just saying they're might be on the telethon list, but not sure yet. So tickets
don't get me banned
Gate-
from there before I get down today.
gates open at 6. First race at 8. Plenty of free parking. You got like that free parking. I mean, when do you see that anymore?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Concession seating.
so there's your justification. They bumped it up $2, but
Yeah, all seating is general admission. No lawn chairs. Nice. Pretty cool. What a big venue. That's awesome, Joe. I mean,
yes, after the show, I'll show you guys the video as the reason why we go every summer.
yeah. Huh. Pretty neat. That's a little gem of a find. I mean, I've
Yeah.
never heard of it, and I know you've talked about it in the past over the years.
Right.
Because you've been going. How long you been going?
This year will be 12 years. Well, actually 11 because they didn't have it the year of COVID.
Yeah.
So
I got a skid race, Joe.
yes.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
The rear wheels are on
Sleds.
sleds. Who thinks of these
Sounds
things?
like a good time.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need a little bit more crashing, a little bit more banging. So let's just put no tires on the rear rims and some skids and turn them loose.
Yeah.
Sliding all over the place.
Yeah. That's crazy. Huh. Okay.
And the racers, I mean, there's some decent cash prizes for them, the winners, or
Yeah, I mean, you're not talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything like that, but it's a few $1,000s a night.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's going to be any racetrack though. Huh.
they have sponsors on their cars,
Oh yeah.
stickers and everything.
Oh yeah. It's big time. This
Yeah.
is they got the real deal.
I'm there. I'll drop everything.
For drivers. Let's see what's going on for drivers. You can sign up, Justin. We'll get you driving.
Well, see, this is what.
Yeah.
Well, see, Justin, you're not privy to this, but Dave and I talked years ago that if I win the lottery, like, I'm hiring him on as my permanent mechanic,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go down there and race on Saturday nights, and he's going to fix whatever I tear up during the week.
I like it.
You're gonna need more than one of me, buddy.
Well, there we go. Justin's in on it now.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
get
because I guarantee I'll make somebody mad and like.
I just by the time you wreck a car, it's gonna take more than a week to fix it with just one person. That's all I'm saying. I've seen you drive,
Yeah.
and that was not even with you having a roll cage and like a car that's meant to have some wrecks.
Right. And
Joe will be like, I don't have to fix it. Woohoo! Crash.
yeah, there's 3 cars.
He's got a whole week. Let me wreck the other side
Yeah.
too.
And there's like 4 guys trying to help me crash my car because I've already made them mad. I ran them into the
yeah.
wall.
Oh boy.
So Dave's going to fix it. Justin's in charge of getting me out of the track alive.
I'll run out there and pull you out of the burning vehicle.
No, I'm talking like all the drivers coming
Yeah.
after me for like running them all on the wall and trying to tear their equipment up.
Wow. All right. So Brad's Golf Cars Modified Series. So the Modified Series,
Yeah, that's the pinnacle.
yeah, 43 drivers in it. Sportsman Series is 25. Street Stock, 26. Stadium Stock, I don't know what Stadium Stock is.
It's kind of in between.
42. So they got all the classes are massive.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, we're in. We're going road trip. Taking the
Taking
podcast series on the road.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going the 16th. Let me check my calendar.
Check your social calendar.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. You got me.
Apple Music. So, Justin, you are close. So the Apple Music for student plan was $5 per month, but it's bumping it up to $6 a month. And it's not clear exactly when or why the change occurred. And several of the news companies have reached out to Apple for comment, and Apple's been rather hush about it. But it appears it has occurred within the past 2 days. The student tier was introduced in 2016 and offers a full functionality to Apple Music to those who qualify, just at a more affordable price. You currently get Apple TV Plus as a bonus, but this is a limited time offer that could vanish at any point. In May, Apple hiked prices in countries like India, New Zealand, and South Africa, so it was just a matter of time before they catch the rest of us up.
Yeah, I figured they'd do that sneaky little dollar bump that nobody's going to get furious about, but then...
Yeah, we'll complain about 2 days and then just move on.
Huh. I think I did like the 30 or 60 day trial on Apple Music at one point and just never stuck with it.
I was going to say, did you like it at all? Or?
It was fine. I just didn't feel like continuing the subscription, paying. So.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, to me it seemed just as good as a Spotify or anything else, except maybe not as many shuffle features that Spotify has.
How did we not still talking about the racing?
Because you said we needed to get back on track.
Oh.
Those were your words.
I meant with the racing. I checked my calendar. July 16th works. We're going. This show's on the road. We're breaking new ground here. Yeah, got to do a road show. So Joe's picking the first event. We'll just go in order. Joe or Justin, you pick the next event, and then I'll pick an event, and we'll just see how this unfolds.
There we go.
Yeah. What do you think your event might be, Justin?
So one of the races I had to pick?
Well, no, just an event that we
that
would
we all
go
go
on the
to.
road for. Yeah.
Ah.
So Joe's is stock car racing.
Yeah.
What might yours be? So we have some parameters, like it's got to be an event, right? Like something you go to that multiple people go to, like fans go to, put it that way. I mean, I know what yours should be, in my opinion, but I'll wait to see if you get there.
So part of me thinks like a West Virginia local festival or something.
What?
Like
I thought you were gonna stick with the sports theme and say like we gotta go to a triathlon or an Ironman or a Spartan race or something like that.
Go watch the Boston Marathon.
That's a pretty heavy drive, Joe.
That's
I think it's got to be within like 3 or 4 hours. Well, I mean, unless A&M's footing the bill here, and then maybe that changes the game a little.
Well, you got to run that by Cena.
That would be a no. Cena's a very smart business lady,
Yes.
which doesn't include taking 3 Yahoos on a road trip. I'm sure her budget is not going to include that.
Yeah, she doesn't. For some reason, she does not have a Yahoo line item on her.
I believe it, and I kind of understand. So yes, it'll be limited within a day's drive and attending an event driving home. I think mine would have to be a motocross or something along those lines. I went to Mason County Motocross. We got such a local group of people that go. Carter Kinder races in the 85 classes and does a great job. And I saw him win. And then Logan O'Brien and Austin O'Brien, and then Austin's kids race. It's pretty cool to have such a big Roane County showing. Yeah, I hung out with the Kinders and the O'Briens for the weekend, and pretty neat stuff over at Mason County Motocross.
Now, there is a dragway up in South Webster, Ohio, Katy Dragway, and it's fairly close.
There's a lot of... No, you're not... No, we're doing motocross, Joe.
Well, I was talking, I'm just throwing out other ideas.
I like it. I mean, if we want to go big time, Chillytown has a big race coming up over July 4th here, just up in Ohio.
I'm busy this weekend.
Prepare yourself. It runs all week, man.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be over in Grantsville on Saturday for their...
Is that Folk Festival?
No, they've got a new event starting. It's a fundraiser for the 1982 Foundation to help restore the old high school. And they're having a bunch of events during the day, and then they've teamed up with WVRC. They're bringing up and coming country singer Rachel Lipsky to town, and she's going to be performing Saturday night over there.
Huh.
And tickets are available if anybody interested. Check out the 1982 Foundation's Facebook page.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to motorcycle racing. That's the Chillytown Classic, July 5th through 10th. Who's with me? I'm doing the Jerry Maguire. Who's with me?
Any takers, any takers.
Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go watch some motorcycle racing, and we'll do our podcast out there. Because what date's it? July 5th through 10th. I mean, one of those days got to fall on our podcast day, right?
Yeah.
That's 5 days. Something's got to be happening.
Yes, it's got to hit somewhere.
Okay.
Where's that one located?
Chillytown is Chillicothe, Ohio.
Okay.
Also not too bad then.
No, it's probably 2.5 hours from here, maybe at the most.
I just looked up the KD Dragway, and they're only 2 hours away.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff around. We went to last year. Went to a fly-in where they have the paramotors. You know, the motors with a parachute.
Yes.
People have them on their back, and then they do the 3-wheelers that you can sit down in, and like a go-kart.
Yeah.
They had probably 400 of them. And these people, they had a big field that you took off and landed in, and then they had RVs and campers all around the field, and then an RV campground a little ways away, and just people flying. And then we went there, and you had one of the instructors was from West Virginia, a guy that did it as a business, and he had a couple people with him, and they were giving rides. You pay $20-30, get a ride, take you up for 15 or 20 minutes. It's pretty cool. And that was in South Point, Ohio. So all kinds of good stuff. So people, get out there and be active.
Yeah, we went to something similar to that, but
ignore the whole $5 a gallon deal, and the oil prices making their best quarterly earnings ever.
Hey, I did see this morning where Sheetz is lowering gas prices at their stations to $3.99 through July 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
Just take the hit because they probably sell so much inside the stores.
Probably.
Sheetz is pretty popular anyway. They
right.
do a good job.
Yeah, so they could probably afford it. But we went to an event. I don't remember what the name of the event was. It was down in Virginia. Like you go through back and literally just cross into Virginia at this racetrack, and they had stuff going on all night long. They had motorcycle stunts. They had school bus races. They had a rocket car there. I mean, it was fun. They had all kinds of different stuff going on.
So Sheetz had increased to 106 million in their first quarter. So not as big as the oil companies, but still,
still on
100 million for the quarter. That's not bad. All right, kudos for Sheetz for not killing it in the quarterly earnings, but still giving back to the consumers.
Right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
So we ready for the tip of the week?
Tip of the week it is.
All right.
We've covered a lot of stuff. I'm excited. It sounds like our stock car race on July 16th is going to be a big event. And then we got the Chilitown Classic in the first week of July. So do we skip to my event, right? So it goes in order. And then, Justin, you got to get yours lined up for sometime after July 16th.
Okay.
So we got 3 weeks of being on the road. So, boys, saddle up your stuff, get your overnight bags ready, and here we go.
Start charging my portable charger.
Sorry, buddy, you don't have enough time. You
Well,
only
now
you won't get it in time for yours.
I was gonna say he may have enough time by the
Yeah.
time his event comes.
if it doesn't catch on fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, start charging now, and hopefully you'll make it by your event.
All right.
So this week's tip of the week.
Hold on, let's go back.
Okay.
I'm just curious. So Joe's got stock cars at the Madhouse, which sounds crazy fun.
Yeah.
I've got motocross lined up, which
Mhm.
we'll all get sunburnt, be outside, dusty and dirty, and be around a bunch of Yahoo motorcycle people. What do
Yeah.
you think yours would be?
Oh man. Yeah. Now I got to change it because now.
Well, I mean, nothing comes to mind. I
A
mean,
local festival sounds very boring compared to this.
well, I mean, it might just be that nice mix that we need. Maybe after 2 weeks of all the excitement,
Check out
yelling,
the
and
quilting. and-
motor, we might need a down,
Yeah.
a down event that's nice and relaxing,
Yeah.
like a vacation day. Local quilting? I didn't even know that was on the board.
Is that even an option at this
Man.
point?
Man. Yeah. I'll get back to you on that. I'm gonna search around a little bit.
Okay.
It's anything but underwater basket weaving.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Tip of the week, Joe.
All
Lay it
right.
on us.
So this week we're going to talk about securing your online accounts again. So
Oh, boy.
yeah,
Again.
Again. Well, because I have seen a huge uptick in Facebook, in particular, accounts getting hacked within the last 2 weeks, and my account almost fell victim as well. But I had
Really?
I have my safety guards in place, which we're going to discuss, so I did not fall victim. So, so we're going to talk about Facebook in particular, although these rules kind of apply for any online account, shopping, social media, email, anything and everything, banking.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Facebook hack, one of the newer Facebook hacks I'm seeing is someone that their account has been hacked, and they'll contact you because we had a customer call, and this is how they were scammed. Was someone sent them a Facebook message, and it was a person that they were actually friends with. Well, that person's account gotten hacked, and they had messaged them, said, "Hey, I need your cell phone number." So what that happened was they got their cell phone number and went to recover, and so like, let's say I took Justin's cell phone number. I'm the hacker. I got Justin's cell phone number. So then what I did is I got Justin's password to his Facebook, and then turned on two-factor authentication and set it up to where Justin can't get back into his account because I've turned on two-factor authentication, and I have it all pointed to me now.
Wow.
So luckily, thankfully, this person, after several days of jumping through Facebook's hoops multiple times, they finally got their account unlocked. So that's one of the things. If someone has messaged you asking for your cell phone number, because I got this message last week and I just completely ignored it because I know it's a scam, I'm not fooling with you. But then I got bored yesterday and started messing with them because they kept just poking the bear.
Yeah.
They messaged me, which I knew didn't sound right.
Yeah.
It said, "Hey, I can't get in my Facebook, but I can get on Facebook Messenger. I'm going to send you a code. Could you send me your cell phone number? I'm going to send you a code and then have you send me that code." And what that is that's one of the recovery options. So they'll click, "I forgot my login," put in my email address or my login credentials, and then when it sends the recovery code, I send them that code. Guess what? I just gave them the keys to the kingdom to change the password, do whatever. So I just ignored it. But that's how they do it. It's a really sneaky one that you're going, "Oh yeah, well they just need my cell phone number," or if you're not thinking. And one of the red flags was, okay, you can't get in your Facebook, but you can get on Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
That's the same password. It's
Yep.
all in the same.
Yeah,
so
same family.
sorry, not buying what you're selling.
And what's it look like when it comes to you? Just a random number?
Oh no, it's just a Facebook message. Like,
From it looks like a real person.
yeah, it's a person that's on your friends list.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where it gets really tricky because
Ah.
it came from a person that I had so they sent me a friend request a long time ago, and I have people friend me because they're potential customers and stuff like that. So I accept them, and this was a person that I've never talked to. So it's like that was red flag number 1 for me, because like I never talked to this person.
Yeah.
And then red flag number 2 was, hey, I can't get on Facebook, but I can get on Messenger. Okay, sorry, not buying that. And I'm going to send you a code. I need your cell phone number so I can send you a code. Then you send me that code back. Red flag number 3. Nope, sorry, good luck, move along.
Yeah.
So then they was messaging me yesterday wanting that they had got this $100,000 grant and for their business, and these people, it looked like their Facebook, they were retired. So down there, essentially they had a business that received a $125,000 grant, and they need me to click this link to apply for the grant. Guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I doubled down and said, well, I can't. Could you send me that link in a mail, and like in the physical letter in a mail, in the mail system? No, we can't do that. So then I doubled down and said, well, I just talked to them, and they said that they would, since you referred me to them, that they'll give you an additional $10,000 if you click this link. And I gave them a link to my remote support software, and I was hoping they would let me in, so then I was just going to wreak havoc on their system. But they just never clicked the link, and they never, the messages just kind of stopped at that point. I don't know why.
Well, I was trying to look up the conversation. Somebody emailed, and I couldn't find it real quick there, but somebody emailed me, and it was, or not emailed, sorry, sent me a message talking about, because they knew we did this podcast.
Okay.
And they knew that I had I call you the IT guy to anybody I talk to, because nobody knows who Joe is. But then, like, the IT guy, and they're like, oh, yeah, you're an IT guy.
Yeah.
Which makes me kind of cool in some circles.
Yeah.
Because I do run around with a lot of people that don't know anything about IT. And
Right.
when you drop the name of, hey, I got an IT guy.
Yeah, you got a personal
They're
IT
like,
guy.
ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. And,
I've done the same thing.
yeah. So, Joe, you're famous in some circles, but just not by Joe, just by IT guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what's that movie with Ryan Reynolds? The blue guy, or what do they call him?
Free guy. Or
Free guy?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, well, they called him something. Blue guy. Maybe. Blue shirt guy. Anyway, beside the point. So, yeah. So, they asked me if I'd heard about it and if we'd talked about it on our podcast. And it had something to do with the SIM cards, not swap, but
Cloning.
maybe. They got their SIM card and someone else had the SIM card information so they could shut their phone off.
Uh-huh.
It was just like pulling the SIM card out
Yep.
and sticking it in someone else's
Yeah.
phone, but you didn't literally do that.
Yeah, you cloned the SIM card.
Just got it over, and then they got all their messages and stuff and would do something similar. They'd
Yep.
message and say, hey, I need your email.
Yep.
And then they would say, hey, I need this, and
Yep.
and they'd give it to them, but all they knew, the people that got, I'll say hacked, I don't know what the word would be, but
Yeah, hacked.
the person that got hacked, phone just shut off.
Yeah.
And they said they were telling me they interviewed a couple of people that like got millions of Bitcoin stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, first they're investing in Bitcoin,
Yeah.
or bought Bitcoin or whatever, had Bitcoin, and secondly, the minute I was like, what would the average person do? So Justin, I'll ask you, if your phone got shut off, today, like after this show, you walk in, you're like, oh man, phone's not working. What would you do? Well, here's options: wait a couple of days and try to sort it out, or would you go get a new phone, new SIM card? You get it fixed, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
especially if you got like millions of crypto coin and stuff, I'd be like, time out.
Yeah.
Going to get a new phone right now.
Yeah, immediately.
And call whoever your phone carrier is and say cancel it.
Right.
Be just like a credit card, right? Because the way, and the conversation went down like it. I was like, well, my phone has like Google Pay in it or whatever with my credit card,
Right.
which I'm not too worried. I use Discover and they're really good about fraud protection.
Right.
But I was just like, there's a lot of information on there that I wouldn't want anybody to have, because I'm sure in a message to somebody somewhere I've sent my password to my email or whatever. My kids.
Well, basically, what they want to do with the SIM cloning is take your phone number, and then once they do that, then guess what? Then I can get in your email, forgot password, hey, send me a text with
Right, that's what I mean. It just steamrolls into
Yeah.
getting your information, but
Yeah.
what kind of knucklehead lets that go on for however long?
Yeah, that's no.
I was like, because they had a guy that was like, oh, I lost $1 million, and they caught one of them or whatever, and but anyway, I was like, nah, the average person can't do without their phone for an hour or two.
Right.
They'll be all over that.
Right. But because I had gotten an email last week, it says, hey, your Facebook account password has been attempted to be reset, and I didn't do it. And I was like, yeah, that's a scam email.
Yeah.
And then I got to researching it, and because I have it set up for recovery on 2 different email accounts, and it was on both. I was like, okay, well maybe this might be legit. But I had 2-factor authentication put in place that they couldn't
go past that.
they couldn't get anywhere anyway.
Gotcha.
So turn on 2-factor authentication. That's a biggie. It's a minor pain in the butt, but it
Bloody brilliant.
Yes.
I have it. You talked me into it. I've been doing it for a long time. Justin, I don't know about you.
Yeah, no. Very minor
No.
inconvenience.
Yes.
Wouldn't even call it that. And you can tell it. Just the idea itself, it's like, yeah, this is going to protect.
Yes.
Notify me when someone's trying to, yes, it's me trying to log in.
Because that's what I do a lot. Anytime I see anybody's Facebook post that says, hey, my account's been hacked, ignore any messages that I've sent, I always tell them, change your password and turn on 2-factor authentication.
So that message you got, do you think that person was hacked? The person that was wanting...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So they just kind of, they try to snowball it. They hack one person, then they try to use that to get
Yeah, because
more and more.
If I get a message from Bob in Zimbabwe, it's like, yeah, I don't know Bob from Zimbabwe. I'm going to ignore that. But if it shows up as Justin, yeah, I know Justin. Justin, what do you need, buddy?
Yeah.
And that's how my shields come down. It's like, yeah, Justin must really need something.
Yeah.
So that's how they do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on. So what was the actual tip of the week?
So I've got 3 tips in.
Okay, sorry. I got lost there for a second. I was still thinking about the SIM card. What do you call it? Swap?
Cloned. Yeah.
Yeah, SIM card cloned.
So the first is turn on 2-factor authentication.
Okay, done.
The second one is use a unique password for every website that you use. You don't share passwords between websites, because here's what happens.
Not done.
Okay, well then we'll use Dave as an example. And this is purely hypothetical. And Dave, for your security, please don't tell me yes or no. Just follow along.
Joe McDonald is my bestie. Explanation point.
Let's say Dave has the same password for his...
And I lied. It's really just Joe M is my bestie. Explanation point.
With a 1 after that.
Yeah. Joe is number 1 bestie. Explanation.
Let's say Dave has the same password for his email, his Facebook, and his bank account. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's password shows up on one of these password breaches. I get it. Being the hacker. I log in his email. I change his password. Guess what? Now I can go in Amazon, and he's used the same password there. I can just let myself in, spend $20,000 on stuff. I was going to his bank account because it's the same password as well. And guess what? I just cleared his bank account. Well, so I'm sitting in high cotton, and Dave's going, I've lost everything.
Well, can you take over my house payment too?
No,
Since you're being generous, how about my car payment?
No, but there is a company now that has to sell sells insurance for title deed protection, because there's a way online that there's hackers out there that could take your property deed and make it look like that they bought it and get you thrown out of your house, and you gotta go through court and all that.
Well, as long as they pay the monthly mortgage, I'm okay. That's somebody said something that, I don't know. We were just having a dumb conversation. Like, they'll sue me. I was like, man, they can come have my house payment, my car payment. They can have it all.
Yeah.
They looked at me like, I don't own anything. I'm poor.
So
come get it.
So, and the biggest thing, a lot of people don't like to do multiple passwords because it's hard for them to remember.
I can't remember my one that goes across 10 different things.
So,
bloody brilliant.
Yeah. A tool
just in case you missed it is Joe is number 1 bestie. Explanation.
Yes. All caps.
All caps.
So a good tool to use is a password vault, and one that we use and recommend and this is they're not a paid sponsor, is called LastPass. And the way LastPass works is you just have to remember the password to get into your password vault, and LastPass remembers all the rest of your passwords. And they have 2 different plans. They have a free tier that you can use either on your computer or on your mobile device, or you can sync them both, and it's for the low price of, let me double check, make sure my numbers are right here, because I don't want to speak out of turn. Here we go, pricing. As low as $3 a month. for personal,
Hmm.
and as expensive as $6 a month for business. That's the highest tier on LastPass is $6 a month on business, and the highest tier on personal is $4 a month. So as cheap as free and as expensive as $4 a month. You can use a password manager that would allow you to use unique passwords for every website and not have to share passwords between different sites and keep it all secure.
Yeah.
So that's how you protect yourself. And another good tool, and I know you guys have used this one before because we've talked about it before. If you want to know if how secure your password that you use, how secure it is, or if it's ever been breached in any of these data breaches, there is a website called haveibeenpwned.com.
We went over that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's HAVEIBEEN and PWNED.com, all one word. And on this website, what this does, this is an organization. They're the good guys. When any of these data breaches happen, they get these databases of the data breach and create this database of hacked email accounts, passwords, blah blah blah. So what you can do is you go on their website and you can search your email address. One of the tools they have is you can search your email address, and it'll show you all these data breaches on these websites that your account has shown up in.
So, Joe, mine showed up in 4 places, and one of them was MySpace.
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
I know.
I can't even believe is there still MySpace?
Oh, yeah.
How does that keep going?
They moved over to like a music tier.
Gotcha. I can sign in.
So, and then you can actually click on passwords, and then you can actually type your password that you use, and just to see how secure it is. And I actually had to use this for a customer several months ago. They had gotten their, I don't remember what accounts. It might have been their email account and stuff had gotten hacked. So, but I was able to get them all straightened out, and I said, I'm gonna be nosy. What password did you use? And they told me, and I punched that password in, and it showed up on a data breach 2 weeks before. I said, there you go, that's how they got in.
Huh.
He goes, how do you know? I said, it just adds up. And because I did the cross-reference to the email address hacks, and I said, right here's your email address has been compromised on these databases. I said, right there's your password's been compromised on that same. I said, that's how they got you. He goes, I would have never known that. I said, right there, that's what that is.
So, mine's been breached in 4 different things.
Yes.
2 of them are unverified.
Okay.
And MySpace and Animoto were the other 2.
Okay.
Which Animoto is a video making service that we use for here at work.
Okay.
At some point, and then MySpace is from who knows how long ago.
Right.
Huh. What the heck is pwned mean?
That started
Password something?
No, that it's a online term.
Started from like a typo, didn't it?
Yes. I think was it Doom, Justin? Was it the game?
Know.
It started on a game,
Or
like people would play.
Diablo, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Diablo. Well, let me look it up because I think you're right.
Why do I know this? This is not useful information. To
Okay.
hold in your head.
The word pwned has origins in video game culture and is a leet speak derivation of the word owned due to proximity of the O and P keys.
Derivation?
Yeah. So what had happened was in one of those games, like when your character died or whatever, it was supposed to pop up and say you've been owned. Well,
Gotcha.
the coders hit a P instead of an O.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and so when they apparently nobody noticed that before they sent it out, and after it sent it out, people was playing and it says you've been pwned, and it's kind of just brought on a life of its own.
Jeez. Interesting.
So that's the tips of the week. So
I like it. And I really, and I know you've talked to me about, is it password one? No, one password? What is it called?
oh, the vaults.
Yeah.
They have one as well.
No, what was the one you recommended?
LastPass.
LastPass. There we go.
Yes.
Shoot. I was looking at the Pwn thing and it said, anyway, LastPass. So for everybody out there, if you got something to lose, make sure you understand the value of it, and you might listen to what Joe's saying here for his tip of the week.
Because
and,
I had
invest
literally-
in LastPass.
Yeah, and turn on two-factor authentication at the bare minimum, because I have seen a huge uptick within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And thankfully I had these securities in place, or I would have been a victim as well, because I have gotten the emails. Well, I can tell you guys exactly when it was, because it was last week. So let me look here. It was like last Thursday or Friday. And so what I did was, I just on the side of caution, I just went ahead and changed my password anyway, because I know they didn't get my password because they was trying to reset it.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, let's just take that extra step and reset it anyway. Okay, it was last Thursday. It said, it was from Facebook, and says, we received a request to reset your Facebook password. Enter the following password reset code. So that's what they was wanting. So that's what it is when somebody messages you and says, hey, I'm going to send you a code.
Yeah.
And send me that code back. Well, that's what you're sending. You're sending them that key to get in
Reset.
for them to reset it.
Interesting. All right. Well, we're 18 minutes over, so let's wrap this baby up.
All right.
So, Joe, if anybody needs to get a hold of you, if they're interested in LastPass or just wants to
Secure their accounts.
Yeah, and getting information about Google or Facebook or Apple, whatever. Music.
Apple Music.
Yeah, that whole deal. How they get a hold of you?
You give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltech.com and follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at amdigitaltech for all that. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We're on all the major platforms, and all of our episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Joe, and many thanks to Joe and Cena, A&M Digital Technologies. Make sure you shop blah, 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 can't say it. Make sure you shop local here. Always good stuff. And for any of your technology needs, get a hold of Joe and Cena, A&M Digital Technologies. They power everything behind all our shows and classes here at Patch. And Joe, you're the great remoter inner, for me anyway. I keep having computer issues where I get myself squirrely, and then I'm like, Joe, just remote in and fix this.
Yep.
Happens a lot anyway in this technology-driven world. So we really appreciate it, and everybody have a fantastic week out there. We're coming up on July 4th, so the usual rules: don't burn yourself, blow your fingers off, don't shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week.
Yeah, if the sentence starts with, hey, watch this, just stop where you're going.
Yeah. And if you do
Bloody
have that,
brilliant.
if you do have that moment, make sure it's on video.
Yes. To help offset those medical expenses.
Yeah, there you go. All right, everybody have a great week. For myself, Joe, and Justin, we're out of here. We'll talk to you next week.